I just found out I'm the other guy and I feel so gross about myself. Edit, to clarify, she is not in an open marriage. Her husband has no idea what is going on. The title says it all. We met about 6 months ago. I moved to her apartment complex and we met by the pool, and hit it off immediately. I'm 23 and she's 41, we both live in Texas. We hung out often, enjoyed each other's company, had amazing, frequent says, some of the best of my life, and went on, socially distanced, dates to a lot of outdoor areas. We were really getting along incredibly well. Last night I was at her place, we usually end up at mine, and I noticed a letter on her kitchen counter addressed to Mr. her last name. I thought it was kind of weird and admittedly my curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to casually bring it up to her. At first she brushed it off but then ultimately broke down and said that he was her husband. The backstory: they've been married for over a decade, what the duck, and he lives in another city full time because of his career, and has done so for over a year. She had been looking for someone to fool around with and eventually met me and we clicked a lot more than she anticipated. She thought it would just be a physical connection because she couldn't stop staring at me at the pool, but it became more than that for her early on. I immediately left her place and haven't replied to her texts since, and I just feel so gross about myself. I got in the middle of their marriage and I feel so wrong about it, and I'm wondering if it's my place to reach out to him somehow now? This was also my first foray with a cougar, and although I've always been attracted to cougars, I don't know how I feel about pursuing something like this if it can potentially intrude on another marriage. I'm just frustrated/confused and hurt. I was really smitten by her and loved what he had going on. Sorry if this is a little wrong, but I needed to get this off my chest since it isn't something I feel super comfortable reaching out to my friends about, at least not yet. I'm going to go with a big nope on this one. Too close to home literally. If you lived somewhere else I'd be all for telling him because I'd want to know. But you don't need to be looking over your shoulder for an angry spouse when you're at home. She lied to you and cheated on him. Be thankful you found out sooner rather than later. I agree, there's actually no telling how that would go. I still would like a way to perhaps anonymously reach out. I don't know. Don't reach out. Just detach yourself from the situation and let her think about what she's done. She may change her ways solely based on your immediate parting. Don't. Nothing good will come of it and you might end up endangering yourself. You want it because you are hurt, but even anonymously, you have no control over how much she tells him, and if she tells him it was you, I'd say walk away from the situation completely. She will text and call and stop by even. But your best POA is to step out, in my opinion. Much respect for choosing to end it because she's married instead of continuing on. That's some respectable grown-up stuff right there. Agreed. Was messaging someone the other day and she disclosed to me that she was going behind her husband's back. Stop the conversation. No tolerance for cheating. Proud of you, man. In my opinion, there's no excuse. Ouch. I'm so sorry that happened to you. It is absolutely wrong to involve others in your cheating without telling them about it. People like this are the biggest POS. Even an open marriage should be disclosed right away to give the other party the chance to decide whether they want to be involved with a married person or not. Sadly, the married part isn't restricted to just older women or men. Even someone in their early 20s can be married and lying about it. I'd recommend trying to vet more carefully from now on. Although even that doesn't give you a guarantee. From now on, you'll at least know to at least straight up ask a person whether they're married or attached or not, if you hadn't this time. Then do some more research, they could be lying. Overall, don't let it discourage you. There are plenty of single cougars out there. And don't worry about venting. To be honest, I'd walk away. Let me play bastard's advocate here. Unless she's told you what he's actually like and you know about his personality definitively, then think about if you confront him about this, what's he going to be like? He could be bat crap crazy, offensive, psycho, etc. Yes, you are in a tough spot. However, tell her it's done and your reasons in no uncertain terms and walk away. Let her handle the rest because you don't know 100% for sure what their relationship dynamic is, and he could be sleeping with other people too. What if their marriage was broken and she divorced? In the OP description it says that the woman confirmed the man in question was her husband, inferring they were still legally married. Introducing Newscaster Vocalizer is a new first of its kind, groundbreaking app. which allows you to generate full-featured voiceovers from any text using direct access to Amazon-powered newscaster vocalizer without spending thousands of dollars. Just select a language and voice, paste your text, click a button, and it's done. In a perfect world you would tell him and everyone would be respectful and mature about it, but the reality is that is very, very unlikely to happen. Tell her you aren't comfortable. Then quit ducking her. Then leave the whole situation alone. I'm not saying that you should lie if the husband reaches out, but this is how dudes end up on Snapped as the sufferer. Bow out gracefully. Oh, hon. I'm so sorry this happened to you, but take a deep breath and move on. Learn from the experience, be mature, stay honest, obviously more respect than you yourself were given. The tough part is the lie by omission, the tougher part is that you may very well run into her at the complex. Be realistic and smart about all of this. You may very well have to move. Hope everything works out, confused face. This will probably be a contested issue on this sub, but my opinion is that you should reach out to him. My first wife cheated on me, and I'd probably have dealt with it better had the other guy told me. I'm with you on that one. I know people say it's none of your business, but she made it his business when she involved him in cheating. I won't even keep my mouth shut if I see it going on. The way I see it, if I was being cheated on, I'd want people to let me know. I am so sorry. It's not your fault, this is completely on her. But I just wanted to ask, did she portray to you that she was completely single? Did you not talk even casually about previous partners? And if so, what did she have to say? Not suggesting you did anything wrong, because I was kind of in a similar situation once where I had no idea the guy was engaged. About telling the husband. If you live in the same complex, I would be concerned that if you did tell him, it might put you at risk if she kind of wants to drop the responsibility for everything in your lap. That's what cheaters usually do. I normally advocate that you do tell the other party as long as you feel safe in doing so. Just remember, they are an innocent party, no need to rub his face in what his wife has done. My first husband cheated on me. The husband of the woman he cheated with was the person to ring me and tell me. The thing is, he tried to damage me. He blamed my ex for destroying his marriage, so he wanted to make sure my marriage was completely destroyed too, so he made up lies to make it as painful as he possibly could. It got to the point I didn't know what to believe between the lies my ex said and the lies he said. Anyway, just want to share that aspect with you. If you do tell, make sure you are safe and don't tell too many details, just inform the truth of the situation. Realize he might go into denial and try to shoot the messenger, but it's up to him to deal with, and in the long run I am sure he will be better off knowing what she's been up to. I doubt you would be the first to be honest. Just walk away. It's not for you to tell him, because if she thinks anything at all of her marriage, then she should be the one doing it. Plus, if you did tell him, you have no idea what the backlash could be, because she might lie to make you look like the bad guy. So be careful. This situation isn't solely a cougar problem. This happens in all age ranges, unfortunately. You were just unlucky, which is sad because you were enjoying what you had with her. But she was devious and is a cheat, and neither are good qualities in a person. See it as an experience and a learning curve. And none of it was your fault, so don't feel bad about that. I don't know how I feel about pursuing something like this if it can potentially intrude on another marriage. Next time, ask. It's one thing if you were lied to. It's another if you were willfully ignorant. I asked initially and she lied. It was definitely one of my first questions when we met. Oh man, that's terrible. I'm so sorry she wasn't honest with you. Married who cheat come in all ages. I went on a date once with a guy 15 years younger than me who, after I'd Googled, found his wedding registry at Bed Bath & Beyond from 3 months earlier. I'd be cautious about telling her husband unless you plan to move someplace else before he returns. Like someone else said, not all people are reasonable when they've been informed their spouse cheated. I'd err on the side of caution. It's tempting to out them to their spouse when you have integrity, but for self-preservation's sake, I'd hold off for the moment. My last relationship was with someone 12 years younger than me who did the same thing. They said they were divorced. Technically he was from his first wife, but not the second one, unbeknownst to me. I'd run a search on his name initially and it didn't come back with anything odd. He was in California and had flown out east to see me and was planning on moving in with me, even had me getting estimates to see what central AC would cost to have installed at my house since he worked from home. This was also around the half-year mark. After one of his trips back to California, I ran another search online and found a woman's name also listed at his address. This hadn't shown up when I first googled him. I found her email address and asked if she was married to him and told her we'd met online, and wouldn't you know it, she was his wife. I didn't tell her anything other than her husband had been flirting online, and she didn't ask, so I'm guessing she already suspected. I did tell him that if he didn't tell her, I would, and I've not heard from him since. I've taken a few years break from dating since that happened and have recently met someone who seems to be genuine and is quite a lovely guy. It's moving slowly, which is fine. Fingers crossed he's not hiding a wife somewhere. That's so terrible to hear. But I hope the new one's a keeper. Smile. Thanks. Time will tell with my new friend, but so far so good. You come across as a really decent guy. I hope you find someone who is worthy of a rare commodity such as yourself. Worldwide comments of the day. Nothing like monkey branching. Karma will catch up when the next new hot model comes up and the rich dude dumps her for it. He took a W. All the best to him in his career and future relationships. Dude, never invest all your emotions, energy and time into a female, because relationships come and go. Don't simp, just focus on yourself and karma will come right back and bite her in the A. And best revenge is living happy and well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.